I hope you are doing well today. Welcome to today's video. Happy Monday, you guys. I hope everyone is doing well today. How is Monday where you are at? Here it is like -14, which is cold, and you just want to watch a movie all day or something like that. So today's title of our video today that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is 4 ways to have a more body positive holiday season. So before I begin chatting, just a couple little housekeeping things and some things I wanted to tell you guys about. First things first is if you guys are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would love it if you would head on over to YouTube when this video is done, type in my first and last name, and then hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for each time that I come live, which is Monday to Friday around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On my YouTube channel, you will find all things revolving around my self-love at any size method, which helps you really to embrace self-love at any size, accepting and respecting your body at whatever size you are, which is going to help you to show up for life with confidence and just be living your life's purpose and just shining your light like you were always meant to. So, after that, you guys, this topic today we are talking about is all about body positivity during the holiday season. And so if you feel like you struggle with the way you feel about your body, or the way that you feel overwhelmed or stressed or shame or guilt around this time of year, you're going to want to pop into my community, imperfectlyperfectyou.ca. We are here on Facebook, and we are just starting today 12 days of body positive holidays, which is a 12-day kind of challenge where we are just doing really simple, gentle kind of reminders on how we can stay more body positive during this time of year, and just really a good reminder to take care of ourselves and honor what we are, who we are, and just embrace our bodies during this time of year when it can often feel super overwhelming and stressful and all those things. So head on into that community if you guys want to be a part of that challenge. I'm giving a special gift to anyone who completes the 12 days. So would love to have you in there if that's something that you feel like you want to do. So we'll get rid of those. And so I'm going to bring up my screen so I can make sure I see you guys. And you can say hello to anybody that pops in. Dun, dun, dun. Here I am. Good morning, Cindy Kelly. I see you there. Hello. All right. So let's get into it, you guys. 4 ways to have a more body positive holiday season. So as we begin this, really navigating our body image and our self-esteem and our relationship with food, it's like a struggle all year long, right? And so it's even more of a struggle during the holiday season because there's all the kind of like build up of like feelings of like, oh, I didn't reach my weight loss goals this year. I don't look how I wanted to. I feel gross. I have all these cookies around me. There's pressure to, make this big dinner, but don't eat any of it, but don't feel, there's just so much pressure, right? So there's shame around, like I said, not losing as much weight as you wanted to. You might be unhappy with your appearance or your size. You might have pressure to have everything put together, including yourself. So it's like also presenting yourself in a way that we're feeling pressured to do, right? So there's just all these pressures around the holiday season. And so it's really a good reminder I thought this would be helpful to just take you guys through some body positive tips to just be living more from a place of accepting and respecting yourself during this time, and just some little ways that you can start to help yourself feel a little bit better during this time. And then oftentimes too, there's also a lot of comments and judgment around our bodies this time of year and food in general, right? And that can bring on some anxiety. And so we need to think about how we can reduce like the guilt and shame that we may be feeling around staying positive during the holidays, like staying body positive and positive. So let's get into it, you guys. So there's 4 tips for you this morning. The first tip is to set some boundaries. And boundaries are super hard to do, and you can often feel like you are letting people down and that you are it feels yucky sometimes to set boundaries, but in the long run, it's usually really amazing. So the first thing is to set boundaries. So ask yourself ahead of time. If you wanted to ask people that you're going to be around during the holiday season, ask them you could ask them, and this is one way you could do it. You could ask them from refraining to talk about things like body image or dieting. And if you don't feel like that is something that you can do, then you can, if those topics do come up in conversation, then you have the option to set that boundary and either change the subject or leave the room and go visit with someone else in the home or at the event, wherever you are. So setting boundaries to protect your own feelings and protect the way that you want to feel during the holiday season are totally valid, and there's nothing wrong with that. So don't try to, it's easy to feel shame and guilt around setting boundaries, but really knowing that you're taking care of yourself, which we should be coming first, right? We are the most important people that we need to take care of. So the second tip for you guys when we're talking about body positivity during the holidays is that there is no good food and bad food. And this one is also super hard because diet culture and society have really taught us so well that there's good foods and bad foods, and if you eat the bad food, then you're a bad person, and it's not right. So the thing that diet industry and the diet culture, they've created this kind of morale system around food. It's like a morale value system, like the good food and the bad food, right? So the thing we have to think about approaching the holiday season is that food has a nutritional value, yes, but it doesn't have a moral value. And the thing we have to think about is food is not good or bad, and that we are not good or bad for eating it. And that's something that you really need to remind yourself during this time, that just because a cookie it has been traditionally called a bad food, it doesn't make you bad for having a cookie. You're not a bad person for having a cookie, right? And so we really have to think about that as we're going through this time of year. And there's ways that we can become more mindful around our eating to really just be listening to our bodies, whether we want that cookie or not. Like, that's a whole nother topic that we could talk about. But really just coming from that place of not associating food with being good and bad. Yes, food has a nutritional value and you want to be nourishing your body with good food. See, I said it right there. I said good food. You want to be nourishing your body with food that nourishes you. However, it's okay to still have those things that maybe you have been taught that they are bad. And see, it's so funny how I just caught myself there, because it is so ingrained in our brains that there's good food and bad food. And I know I'm still working on this part of my journey for sure, as you can tell, but I think it's just really cool to catch yourself. And I just did in that moment I just associated, healthy food with being good. So I am learning too, you guys. Anyway, that is something for us to keep in mind during this time. And then our third tip for practicing body positivity during the holiday season is to know that it is okay to not be okay. We have so much pressure put on ourselves from just society of holidays have to be happy and they have to be joyful and they have to be filled with all these wonderful memories. And yes, we want those things. But however, if you are having a season of feeling sad, or if you're having a day where you're feeling sad, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take that time to, honor that sadness and sit in that moment of not feeling maybe so great, and knowing that that's okay. And knowing that there's ways you can reach out. Like, maybe that's the day you need to call a friend, or you need to go have a coffee with a friend or a family member, or, there's lots of different ways you can reach out to kind of just be with yourself in that moment of having a day where you're maybe not okay, and just knowing that there's nothing wrong with you because you've had that day, and that most of us are going to experience days like that, and that it's okay to be that way. There's nothing wrong with it. So that is my third tip for you guys when we're talking about how to be more body positive during the holidays season. And then the fourth way, which I've kind of already talked about a little bit, and that is to have a support system. So, like I've said, if you're even throughout the holiday season, it's important to surround yourself with people who are like-minded or who are like aiming to be like-minded. So people who are starting their journey of, really accepting and respecting themselves exactly as they are in this moment. It's people who are maybe starting to think about mindful eating, people who are starting to really focus on making themselves the best version of themselves by taking care of all these different parts of ourselves. Like, really just embracing the whole self-love at any size mentality that comes with all these different areas, and just really making sure you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So, and, that could also be, having communities like the one that I have on the internet here, or, having like a little support group in your community that you're living in. Or maybe that's like hiring a professional or a coach or someone like that to help you, and who is there for you to guide you and like helps you to maybe deal with triggers beforehand, so you know how you're going to feel when those things happen. So support systems are super important, and it's a really big part of being able to kind of work through these tough situations and these tough times in our lives, is just having that group of people that you can rely on to help you to feel empowered and inspired, and just to know that you're not alone, right? That everyone has, all these things going on. Really, we all struggle with the same things, most of us. And so it's really important to be able to know that you have those people around you that are there for you, right? So those were my 4 tips for you guys on how to have a more body positive holiday season. Make sure that you are in my community if you want to be a part of this challenge that actually started today. The challenge will be in the guide section. So if you catch us a couple days later, you're always welcome to kind of go back and do those couple days to catch up with us, to be able to finish the challenge, to receive the free gift at the end. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you're having an awesome day. Before I head out of here, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that my program, The Self-Love Revolution with Martina, is 40% off from now till the end of the year. So if you want to start really investing in your personal growth and investing in becoming the best version of yourself, to show up for life with confidence, to really embrace my self-love at any size method, where I guide women through a 6-step process that helps you to transform your mindset, find movement you love, discover mindful eating, build community, have those self-love, self-care, and self-esteem practices that really help you to take care of yourself, really working through our body image and how we can improve the way that we view ourselves, and discovering a whole bunch of different mystic and holistic approaches to really help you to kind of add all those amazing tools to your self-love toolbox. So this program is so transformational, and the amount of support and guidance that you receive during this program. You have an online portion of the program, and then you also have weekly coaching with me as your coach. And then I have monthly super friends that come in once a month. I have Jill Coletti doing monthly group Reiki sessions. I have Jenna Herrig doing monthly Aroma Freedom sessions. And I have Tanya Milano doing new moon intention setting sessions each month. So the amount of value that this program encompasses and is just overwhelming. And it's just such an amazing way to help you to start your journey to self-love at any size, and just embracing who you are, finding your life's purpose, all these amazing things. So there's a couple different ways you can access the program. You could pay in full at 40% off, or you can do as little as $27 a month for 12 months, and then you have paid for the program that you have access to for life. So this is just such a small investment in your own personal journey and your personal growth to really just, self-love at its core is really how we show up for our life. And so if you want to start showing up for life on purpose, with confidence, with that love for yourself, I would really encourage you to join us. It is just an amazing space, and I can't wait to invite you or welcome you into that space. So anyway, just wanted to chat to you guys about that quick. The link to that program is in the description, so make sure you go and check it out in there, and I'm happy to answer any questions. If you just message me the word self-love, I would be happy to have a conversation with you and answer any questions you might have. Okay, So, you guys, I'm going to pop out of here. How am I doing for time? 15 minutes. So I hope you guys have the best day. Thanks for anybody who tuned in and watched live. And if you're watching in the replay, just make sure you say hello. I'd love to say hi back to you after. And I'm going to head out of here. So you guys have the best day. We'll see you.